Hey there. Hey, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. I wanted to just go live briefly here and kind of talk about some of the things that have been going on lately. I've been working on a boot camp. So we did day 4 of the boot camp today. It's been going really good. And we had over 330 people that have been part of the boot camp. So fantastic. There's been such great lessons learned by everyone who's been participating. But I had a few lessons that I learned as well because I did some switches to my email service provider prior to this boot camp. And so, as with any changes, there's always lessons learned. And so, with each day's boot camp, I had some automation set up, and I had set each and every one of those steps, double checked it, set the email, wrote the email, set the date, set the time that it's supposed to go out based off of the dates, and the whole sequence of everything. And I was so like a little bit anxious just to make sure everything went through okay and went through the process okay. If you've done automations before, you know that one wrong date a little lower in the automation series and you pretty much can scrap the whole automation, start over, because it just turns into a hot mess pretty fast. And so I was excited that I didn't have any issues with the automation. It finished a little earlier today, but I just had one little problem in that the last 2 emails, were not yet finalized. I think there was one that I was gonna delete and one that, I just needed to do a couple updates to. It was a copy of a different templated email. So those went out to everyone basically, and I was like, "Oh, darn it." And, my initial reaction was, "Dang nabbit, what do how do I shift this? What's going on? Did this actually go out?" And sure enough, yes, it did go out. So then I kind of took a moment and thought, like, "Okay, what are the lessons learned from this? Like, what are the takeaways?" And honestly, I can really only find good takeaways because here's the thing. I set up a whole new email series. I set up a whole new set of automations. I have a relatively new course platform that I delivered the boot camp on. Like, there are so many wins, so many lessons learned, so many tweaks that I've just improved each time I've done the boot camp and different offerings related to that. So I am so excited with the progress, and I think it's important to share when you have things that don't go the way you expect, because everyone has that happen, right? Everyone has things where it's like, well, that didn't hit the mark that I was hoping, or it, didn't execute quite the way I intended. Um, and when others can kind of say, hey, this is a struggle that I had, and it makes it normalizes things a little bit, right? It makes it so that you don't have to feel like you have to be perfect the first time you do something. For my bloggers, you don't have to be perfect the first time you launch your blog. You want it to be good enough to feel, excited and proud of it. But you're going to look back on it and be like, oh, I should change this, or I don't like that. And that is completely okay, because as you do things, you keep getting better and better. You gain confidence, you gain encouragement, you gain inspiration, you gain knowledge. You start to learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And when you do things in such a way that you're focused on the wins, the gains, instead of focusing on the problems or the things that slow you down, you seriously help gain momentum faster. So it's all a kind of a mindset thing, but that is so huge in the online world. If you're trying to do an online business, keeping your head in the right space and looking for the pluses on whatever your daily situation throws towards you is such a huge win. So I'm hoping that you're having a great day today and that you get some good takeaways from what we've talked about today. If so, I'd love to hear you share in the comments. Take care. We'll talk soon.